Welcome back, Emergency Power Podcast. You made it through another week. Sit down and charge up with Oozy.
Oh my gosh.
Oozy's here. Oh my gosh.
Disregard this unauthorized transmission.
It just blinks out. End of podcast.
How many walls did you just break with that? I'm curious.
At least
As many as
some.
possible.
Oh, yeah.
I just imagine this teeny tiny little goblin Kool-Aid Manning through a wall, and it's just a little hole, and like barely anyone notices. What?
So anyway,
Well, that's weird. So how's your day?
don't see that every day.
Yeah, I don't want to see that every day. Okay, so in the last episode, there was a little bit of a discussion when you guys had gone out to the outer atmosphere. You had found that there's basically this incredibly strong gravity force that was keeping you in. But you got up there and you detected a drift beacon, which you also happened to find out was the Diamond Eye of Triumph.
Oh yeah.
And
I forgot about that.
because a guess to that effect was made earlier in the podcast, I said I would find out who it was, and so today I will be rewarding Richard with a popsicle,
Bravo.
baby.
Bravo.
He's
I hope the
doing
mic's
a
picking up my clapping.
dance.
I want to get like real popsicles to have when we use these now.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yes.
If we get big enough, Jeff and I have actually talked about this.
Emergency
I don't-
power themed popsicles.
Emergency power popsicles.
Could you get like shapes and I'll make like a brain one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, that's really good. I like that.
They're gonna be like the ice cream man truck that comes around
Yes.
the neighborhoods is gonna have a brain.
Yeah,
One that's
it'll be
just
like
Scrif's face.
a really-
The eyeballs are just like way
Exactly.
off.
The brain's got like wavy lines on it, but they've all melted down onto the little body.
But can we make it canon so that actually happens in game and then we can pull it up on screen every time we go? The popsicle man comes around.
I just love the
amazing.
idea that the wrappers each have like a different static bonus printed on the inside, almost like a fortune cookie, but better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's on the popsicle stick.
Yeah, it's like a Laffy Taffy
there
style.
it is. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to get through the joke to get the bonuses. Okay, so yeah, every time you hear like Mary Had a Little Lamb and all those songs that have run out of copyright, then you know the ice cream man are coming.
It's happening.
Oh.
Okay, I think it's time to get back into it, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ship hovers over a tower spiraling out of the desert landscape. Oozy averts his eyes away from 5E as the crew of the Second Hand weigh their options. There are few safe havens on this devastated planet. Who's to say that the home of the Wasties clan will be any different? Let's find out if anyone ends up in the pot in the Tomes of Emergency Power, Volume 2, Chapter 3.
It's bad. I'm just seeing like Pons hogtied on a stick getting lowered into a pot right now. I think this is
That's a
gonna happen.
popsicle that's about to melt.
Contemplative brains are a delicacy in some
No.
nations.
Monkey
Goblins
brains.
will absolutely eat it. No
Oh,
chance that it wouldn't
like
happen.
cotton candy. Handfuls of it.
Oh, squishy
Wait,
cotton candy.
I've seen this
Oh.
Lucasfilm production several times.
All right. Oozy's directions take the Second Hand to the east of Io, deeper into the sands. He explains that the goblins that chased the crew into the cavernous city were just from a smaller outpost. That where he was born is much more concealed from the rest of the world. He points to the windowed room of this lone tower. Angling down the ship to get a better view, the visor tints over as it gets hit by a blinding blue glare. Due to the shape of this tower, it's quite obviously an old air traffic control tower. It appears it's now being used as the outpost for the Space Goblin clan. It's only way to get in and out of Wasties' home. Rest covered in sand. Make it blend like normal dune.
Okay, so we see there's a tower that used to be used for landing spaceships.
Seems like something along those lines. Basically like what you'd see at an airport. The tower
airport,
with all the windows around the top layer.
They got it pretty nice then. That's a good find for them.
What's our approach? So we've got our ship decorated with all these bones. So I feel like we're going for like a shock and awe type of situation here. I'll ask Oozy, what can we expect from our arrival?
Well, unless we goes in hard, we probably need land a little further away. Guards blow a war horn if they see ship and lands nearby. Think we invading.
Do they have any communications that we could contact them on?
Mainly is yelling. You yell at them, they yell at you. Goblin tradition.
I'm pleased to report that my sound amplification device is operating at optimal functionality. I should be able to, as you say, yell at the goblins.
Goblins probably respect loud yell.
Acknowledged.
Let's get in as close as we can without raising an alarm, and then we'll fire off our bone harpoon for intimidation factor.
Oh, can't wait.
Are we gonna like fire that at them or
In their direction, yes, to anchor the ship and also to intimidate.
okay? All right. This is not quite the way I was thinking, but all right. I'm
Yeah,
down.
so it sounds like you guys are going in, like you're not attacking, but you're doing like a show of power kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hope that's how it's interpreted from little green guys.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Sure.
then why don't you guys, as a group, I'm going to have 5e lead because he's doing the piloting. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
My intimidation is a whopping 13.
13. Anyone assist? Jeff's
There's
face
a-
says definitely.
16.
I do assist.
Just not well, right?
I got a 13 as well.
13. Okay, so we got 2 assists on that. That was actually respectable. You guys fly close enough that you know that they're looking at you. Oozy's kind of saying, no, not closer unless you want Warhorn. And then you just go, thunk, drop this grappling hook down, smash into the sand, flies everywhere. Okay, now we slide down. What plan now?
Well, I think probably you should take the point, and we'll back you up. Now's the
Okay.
right. That was the plan, right? Like Oozy, we're here to show that Oozy is going to reclaim their title as Mega Chief. So
Positioning him as a powerful warlord in his own right.
we've got non-goblin like subservience essentially. One of which is an SRO, which they might recognize as from Cylon, which could be even more
Possibly.
impressive to them.
I'm a minion.
Or am I making freak out?
Okay. All right,
Let's see.
let's go. Oozy pulls out a bone and he runs over to like the grappling hook and he's gonna slide down that thing for extra badassness.
Ooh, how high up can we? I want to like jump out and superhero landing on this, but I don't want to break my knees.
I mean that kind of is up to you. You can determine, okay, do we want to be up high so that when we shoot the thing down it's got a bigger effect, or we want to just be like near the ground, it's like ba-doo. Like, so what's the plan?
I'm assuming it's kind of high up there,
We
right?
could shoot it far out and not high down. You know,
Sure.
it'd be a long shot rather than a high shot.
Okay, so
I'll take a
Oozy-
little damage to do this.
Fair enough. Oozy's gonna still go with his plan. So pulls out the bone, puts it over the cable, this thing, And that is a total of a 20 for Oozy.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
he, even with his crutches, holding on to those things, he's making it all look good. Okay, who else is giving me a superhero landing? Who's in? Who's in?
I'll do the I can fly landing, so I'm just going to cross my arms and float down.
Yeah, just a floating brain coming in, and then I'd like to be the SRO, like coming behind and also doing the grapple hook slide, but
Nice.
looking just much more put together and mechanical and, warlike, like basically coming down off the grappling hook, planting into the sand or dirt, and then immediately snapping a rifle up to attention.
Yes. Okay. I don't need anything from Cooper, but I'm going to need some rolls from Richard and Jeff. Acrobatics for you, Richard, and I'd take acrobatics for you as well, Jeff.
You know what? Just give me the damage. That was a bad roll.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
5e popped a 27 acrobatics, so he looks like a boss coming in.
Yeah, I don't even want to embarrass myself with how much I got.
Okay.
I'll take the damage in order, like, I take the damage, I try to brush it off, but I'm hurting inside.
All right. So Oozy, Pons, 5e going along this cable, and then as Scrif gets to the edge, like trips, falls, just lands face first in the sand. But does like a little roll at the end and like tries to save it.
Yeah, it's like down a hill on accident, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then does a few rolls, stands up at the end. Yes, done.
Love it.
It's all right, guys. I'm
Great.
okay.
Oh. Sorry, Jeff.
Oozy pulls out his dog slicer, puts it on his shoulder, and is gonna start sauntering as best he can with his crutches towards this tower.
Oh, is he still on crutches?
Yeah, he's still using them.
Oh, man.
It doesn't look quite as intimidating, but So you guys all kind of follow in behind Oozy here.
Did I take any damage?
Oh yeah, sorry. You took 2 fall damage. Fortunately, the sand cushioned you pretty well. So,
Nice.
like I said, it was kind of a tuck and roll situation as you hit the ground.
Cool.
All right, so you catch up to everybody else. Falling behind Oozy, you guys start moving towards the tower. Everyone go ahead, give me perception rolls as we get up on this tower.
Wow, 27 on perception too.
Dang, you guys have been killing these rolls, man. Last episode, this episode, we're not going to talk about it, don't worry, Scrif. And then...
I hate coming in hot on these skill checks though, because I just know it means we're going to get boned when we get into combat.
I haven't been in one for a while.
Take the wins where we can get them, because
That's
I only
fair.
got an 11.
You got 11.
16.
Pawns, 16. Okay, pretty solid. Okay, so the tower's design is not fashioned for style in any way. Even if the sand hadn't been wearing against it for years, it probably still would have remained how it was. A squared tower made of concrete and metal. No windows except for the top, where a crow's nest perch has been reinforced by scrap metal and branches and just all sorts of junk. The building itself looks like it could stand for another 100 years. Oozy leans in a little bit. Their ladders roll down from room in tower. So we kind of need convince them to let it down, or else we're gonna have to climb.
Well, I have my boombox, or we could
You
we
can
could-
fly.
Well, yeah, but for you guys, I mean, I don't want to go up there alone. I don't know what else is up there. But 5e, you might be able to, yell out.
Wait, so
loud enough.
there's no door at the bottom, at the ground level?
Nope.
No.
I am more than willing to
Yeah.
attempt an auditory amplification communication if you so desire.
Probably good plan.
All right.
There's several goblins up there at all times.
How
So fi-
climbable does it look? Sorry, Richard.
No,
I'm
you're good. Go ahead.
curious though.
Not terribly. It's flat concrete in a square shape, so be a little rough.
All right, got it.
So 5e is going to tilt his head unit up and angle the auditories toward where he believes sentries would be placed here. And just jack the volume all the way up and go. Warlord Oozy Pustwound demands that the ladders be lowered, that we may parley with the Wasty clan.
Nice.
Okay, give me diplomacy for
Yes.
that. That's good.
That's not gonna be as good.
Warlord Oozy.
Warlord Oozy.
That's
Could be
freaking 10.
friggin'
my
10.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, so you shout that up. There's a short pause, and then you just hear laughter from the inside.
Oh no.
Then you see a couple small green heads with big pointy teeth look down. Me no see goblin warlord, me only see stinky scrawny little Oozy goblin.
I look down at Oozy and go, I do not believe that this approach has been successful.
We always could go back to ship and blow up whole tower.
That is a viable strategy.
Oozy will look up at the tower. Oozy, come home. Let down ropes so he can come back. He bring tallies who want to talk to Mega Chief. Stop being annoying.
He's gonna get a better roll than me, I know it.
Let's find out, shall we? What was your total?
Mine was a 10.
You got the same.
Oh,
no.
gods.
Okay.
I need to
if
fly him
anyone
up
else
there.
wants to throw in something, now would be the time because this is going very poorly, very quickly.
Ish.
I mean,
there
I'll
anything we-
I'll throw out some expletives at them. You think you're so
Try to
tough? Why
intimidate.
don't you come down here, Nakange Pensa?
Is there anything that they might be interested in that we could, bluff about?
With them up there and us down here.
I could fly up, but I'm trying to think of what do I have to talk about.
I mean, flying up to their level might be a power move. Who's
Yeah.
to say? It's up to you, my
Also
man.
just-
We
Stun them.
should have pulled a Top Gun and done a flyby on the tower.
Oh, God.
You guys did an intimidate check with the ship. It was
Yeah.
fairly good.
Yeah.
Things just haven't been going well at this point.
Pons will look at
That's-
Oozy and
It's basically like the synopsis of the entire campaign.
yeah.
Things haven't been going well.
Pons will look over to Oozy and be like, would you like to fly up there and talk to them closer, or is it not a good
Oh.
idea?
If Oozy right on top of Brain, it's your ultimate power.
Let's get you little reins too. That would be cool.
Oozy, conqueror of giant brain.
Oh, I want an art of it now. It would look so good.
It still stands. Anyone who submits fan art, I will give a popsicle to a player of their choice.
Oh, gods.
Okay,
I
so
don't-
do you guys want to send Oozy up on top of Pons?
Sure.
That sounds great.
Heck yes.
No skin off my brain.
I mean, I'm officially out of ideas, so sounds great to me.
Oh man, this is basically the equivalent of Monty Python and the Holy Grail with the French people on top of the castle walls.
I know it
Vagina
is. I know.
Vagina mush!
Such a struggle.
None of them could fly.
I don't think he'll be interested. You see, he's already got the one.
I think that's what you see.
Okay. Okay, I have a couple ideas here. But yeah, I'll fly Oozy up there. On top of
Yes,
my head.
okay. Oozy climbs aboard and sits on top of you, holding his dog slicer in one hand as he tries to find purchase on your brain. And just not sure what to do with that.
I'm gonna wrap my arms around his legs like this, and then I'm gonna keep my legs
Can your arms
together.
can your arms even reach around your
Maybe?
brain?
Doubtful.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the photo. I think they could
I
get
s-
somewhat on top.
If we're going by the character art, I'm gonna say hard no.
Maybe if he straddles big enough. I don't know. Okay. That I'm basically gonna try to make myself just look like a floating brain as much as possible with nothing else.
Okay.
I'll kind of tuck my legs in, and I'll fly up there with him on my head.
All right, so you slowly raise up, and the goblins inside have kind of been like, oh, you're not even worth talking to anymore. And then so it's kind of like that scene in Back to the Future when Marty jumps off the building and then comes back up on top of the DeLorean.
What is
Same
that?
deal.
Is
Yeah.
that number 3?
Number 2.
Number 2.
So he raises up holding his dog slicer and says, Oozy say, we here to talk to Mega Chief. And he's gonna roll an intimidation this time, which he is much better at than diplomacy.
Ooh, can I assist with that, please?
Oh yeah, give me some of that. And Pons, if you want to as well, because you're part of this.
I just want to look cool on the ground below with my rifle trained on something.
Yeah.
Can I get Eastman also to intimidate by buzzing the tower at this point?
Ooh, that's not a bad
Whoa.
idea.
All right.
That's okay. Shoot over a message, sure.
Yeah.
All right, 5E's got a 16, so you get that assist bonus.
Nice.
That was a natural 20 for a 27.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh my gosh.
Been a little while.
27's our hot number tonight, man.
Nice.
If we buy a lottery ticket, I know what I'm playing. I think I need more numbers than that, but
I'm
it's a good
definitely
start.
not buying a lottery ticket right now based on my rolls.
Yeah, the grappling hook pulls back into the ship, and as you guys are all making this, the ship just flies straight by the top of the tower. Inside Pons, you can see that the goblins fall over backwards as the ship flies past, and Oozy points his dog slicer for Pons to move forward into the tower.
Charge forward.
Perfect.
How far from the edge of this platform are these guys up top?
Now, it's a room, so
Okay.
they got walls and kind of not necessarily murder holes that you'd see in tower, but something kind of like that. Just little
Murder
openings that you can see through.
Okay.
I don't think that's what they're called.
I was wanting to use a spell that I recently acquired. I don't think it's a good
Ooh.
idea.
What
So
spell?
I will
Wait.
command.
Wait. I think you should do it.
Okay. All right. As I fly towards it, I want, because I'm curious how the goblins are going to interpret this.
Uh-huh.
I want to say fall to them. See what happens.
Oh my god.
Just because I'm real curious. What will they do?
Explain to me what exactly is happening
Okay.
here. I'm confused.
Okay. So I'm going to use the command word fall, which is a real command.
Okay.
Okay. So, but it's interpretive by, culture and such. So,
Okay.
it falls to the ground, whichever ground it.
Okay.
Choose.
Then I'm going to need to know what the
Saving throw is.
DC on that is. Yeah.
Yes, I believe it is a 14.
By the way, fun fact for our viewers and listeners, murder holes are actually a historical term. They're not as...
They're
as weird
the
as you might
things that you, if I'm not mistaken, the ones you shoot arrows out of. That, or they're up at the top and you aim down.
From Wikipedia, a murder hole, or meurtrier, is a hole in the ceiling of a gateway or passageway in fortification
that's
through
the
which
one.
the defenders could fire, throw, or pour harmful substances or objects, such as
Wait.
rocks, arrows, scalding water, hot sand, quick time, tar, goodness.
So I knew what you were talking about when you said murder hole. I understood the context. I didn't know that's what they were actually.
That's what they're called.
Oh, yeah.
It's so that when people are coming up to your front gates, you murder them through a hole.
Go human history.
This is the most aptly named object
Yep.
I've ever heard of.
So as you're moving in, Oozy on top with his dog slicer, you cast the command of fall. And they were backing away a little bit, so they're more in the center of the room. And what you see is they all drop to their knees as if in reverence.
Oh, cool. I'll take that.
You can't really see it because he's on top of his brain, but Oozy's grin is the most wicked, huge grin that could possibly be imagined.
We're making him the happiest goblin.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and kind of lower him towards one of the holes and let him slide off my head like actual slide.
Yeah. Slides off, lands. Before the other goblins get back up, he looks over, picks up the rope ladder, and throws it over.
All right, time to climb up.
And that just lasts a round at him.
Okay.
6 seconds.
Yeah. As people start climbing up the ladder and getting closer, you can hear that Oozy is basically lording it over these other goblins right now. They are clearly like not sure what's going on now. They were having fun making fun of people from their high tower. Now people are in here. All right, so you guys get to the top of this tower. As you get in, you can see that all the technology that once resided in this control room has long been stripped away. There's a crudely made hatch that covers what's probably the stairs downwards, and a light layer of sand just covers the entire area. So, he kind of like leans into you guys, we probably go before they get any smart ideas.
How many of them are here?
There are 4 of them in here, which...
Yep.
Your experience with goblins before, you guys took on like 3 of them when you were sick and dying and trying to punch them, Pons.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably not the most intimidating thing, but they're not attacking you at the moment, so you have a little time to do something before things potentially get violent.
Hi, my name's Pons. We're here for Lord
Pons,
Oozy.
killer brain! He like nudges you.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am the killer brain Pons. This is Lord Oozy. He has come back. We are seeking entrance into your facility.
We are here to reclaim the rightful throne to Oozy.
So, you take Oozy and all of Oozy's bodyguards to a mega chief. They're just looking at you guys who are kind of standing over him right now, especially at 5e, who's just towering above everybody else. Okay, no need kill anyone. We just go over here. And you see him pull a little key off a ring, unlock the door and push it open and just kind of step away. Oozy leans in once again. Maybe we destroy Warhorn or take it with us or something so they don't try to warn people we're coming.
Like one of those big curly ones, or
If
is
you
it like
think that's as you command, my lord.
Which is one of these goblins actually holding the horn?
No, they're not like at the horn. It's attached to the wall. It's a pretty good sized one.
All right.
So you could just, yeah, it might be a little too big to put in a backpack or something like that, but you could definitely at least disable it or something like that for now.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. I mean, my first indication is to just unload on it with a microwave scorch gun. Honestly, just
Bam, 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 bam.
Whoops.
like that should theoretically warp it enough that it'll be a little less effective.
You do not even have to give me a to hit with that thing because you're literally point blanking with this gun. So just go ahead and give me some damage.
Cool. Good talk.
If only all gunshots were like this in the system. You just roll damage.
It deals like 2 fire damage. It's not a great amount, but maybe enough to fry it out a little bit. And I kind of like swivel my head over to Scrif and give him a quick shrug.
Scrif shrugs back like,
Pons is going to pull out his Eoxian bone cigarettes because I've just had those for a while. I'm gonna light those and hand those to the goblins that are up here, and just kind of here you go.
Just gonna pass them out.
Okay.
Just gotta,
Interesting. Okay.
here's some drugs, kids.
yeah, here's some drugs.
Do drugs, goblins.
Go chill for a little bit.
Do we even know what those do?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so with that gun, you see that you light this horn on fire a little bit. It's kind of like burning at the mouthpiece, so you just have to like put it out after a while. It's like it's probably good.
Hopefully we just made a good enough impression that they won't sound the alarm right away.
Yeah, you can tell by all that you guys have done to this point, they don't seem like they're gonna do anything, but Oozy's suspicion springs eternal.
Do I have a pack of these cigarettes? Because it says bone cigarettes, so I'm assuming there's like 10 in there, maybe less.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give them
So
one
you got
each.
like 6 left.
Nice.
Okay. So
Let's head down
you
the stairs.
guys hand them out some Eoxian bone cigarettes.
Do we have a way to light them?
Peace out.
I do. I have a lighter. Yeah,
Oh,
I
nice.
lit them.
Just give them a little one at a time. Just like
There you go.
not sure if you're like gonna poison them to death or not. Well, time to go.
Huh? All right,
Alright,
I'll look
so-
at Oozy and say, which direction should we proceed from here?
Only one direction right now. We go downstairs. And he starts moving towards the hatch that was just opened and starts heading his way down. It's a little slow going because Oozy being in front with his crutches is taking a little extra time.
Yeah.
But this tower goes down a spiral staircase, and it goes down for longer than you guys had climbed up that ladder. So it seems like it actually keeps going down into the sand further than what you guys could actually see. And by the time you get to the bottom level, it opens into this small, what looks like reception area. There's a door to your left that's completely blocked off and paneled over. Looking into the rest of the room, you see that there's the set of double doors that has long since been pried open and left there. And on the other side of those double doors, you see a tunnel that leads into the sands.
So it's actually like through the sand?
Yes,
Sandstone?
the impression you're getting is that this room is completely buried, and then they just dug through the wall.
All right.
That's kind of scary, but okay.
Well, and then I'm going to move ahead and start scouting the tunnel a little bit. Get out in front of the group and look around, let them know if there's anything troublesome.
You move out into the tunnels, and do you guys have... I guess we haven't really gone over this. Who has dark vision or low light vision? These
Scrif
kind
does.
of things. Scrif, what you got? You got dark vision?
I got the dark vision.
the dark vision, Richard.
Dark vision also.
Dark vision as well, Cooper.
Psychic sense, not dark vision.
Okay.
30
That's
feet.
kind of a
What?
spicy combination.
Actually, no.
Spicy boy.
I have both.
Oh?
Yeah. I have dark vision as well, up to 60 feet.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, snap. Dude,
Party
that's
of
Solves
dark
a lot
vision.
of problems,
Lights.
honestly.
Yeah.
We're all good.
As you are moving out into this hallway to try to get an understanding of the cavern system, go ahead, Richard, give me a survival check, please, since you're the one leading. Because as you move through this main tunnel, which starts big and starts to kind of get smaller as it goes, other tunnels start to connect and it starts branching in different ways. So what do you got for me?
I have a result of 8, and I will tell you for nothing, it was a natural 1.
Well, Oozy's leading us, right?
5e is currently doing so.
I just had
But-
it saved out ahead.
But with the direction of Oozy.
So how I picture it is you're walking dead ahead. You know, these other tunnels are coming in, you keep walking, and then Oozy just kind of stops and is like, 5e, we come over this way. We'll follow Oozy. In all
yes.
directions.
Affirmative. Correcting course. Go the way that he indicates.
I'll, if I'm gonna talk during this part, I'll be using telepathy. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Okay. That should up the intimidation.
Sullen silence, so intimidating.
It's not, no, it's intimidating when you hear words in your brain.
Does it look like these tunnels have been supported in any way, or is it straight through the sand like you'd expect?
Hit and miss. There's
Okay.
some that look like they have a few beams, maybe they had cave-ins, but a lot of it is just kind of straight through the sand.
Okay.
So through these winding tunnels and overlapping cross sections, you are led until the tunnel begins to widen, until it meets the roof of a rising, massive chamber. Passing into a vaulted room, you smell the fuel of the powered torches along the walls. Makeshift lights weave and bob in a room teeming and flowing with the movement of life. Shouts echo, meshing with the noise of talking, working, and play fighting, rising and falling like the sound of an ocean. Thousands of tents and lean-tos interweave around sturdy old-world buildings. Massive latticework structures line the walls and ceilings, using every kind of material one could possibly think to find in the sand. There must be order to this chaos, since it's clear that every goblin here is doing something. However, your unaccustomed eyes see it as almost a writhing sea of fire, goblins, and movement. Oozy leans in, and there's a bit of a din going on, so he talks a little bit louder, says, "We probably should go right to Mega Chief before we get noticed too much, else goblins think Tallies might be invading."
What is the most direct route to his location?
Oozy gestures in a direction, which there's a largish building built into the wall, not quite on the other side of this large room, but a ways in, so you guys are going to have to move around the crowd or find some way to get through without...
All right.
Just
Making too much
fire
of a
your gun in
commotion.
here.
Could I attempt to clear a path through the crowd with like sense motive and/or intimidate, just to sort of detect trouble as I'm moving and force people out of the way?
Okay, so you're trying to basically
dangerous.
make a path through the goblins? Is that the plan?
I'm trying to sort of read the crowd. I mean, since sense motive is my big detective ability for operative.
Sure, yeah. I would say if you want to do a sense motive right now before you go in, you could do that. And then if you wanted to get people out of the way, then you'd roll intimidate as you're moving through.
That's a 20.
Dang. Okay, so, the feeling you're getting from this crowd is more or less they're just kind of living their goblin lives here. Some of them may notice you as you go through. Some of them will probably just keep doing their thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's no, immediate malevolent feelings or threat, but depends on how you guys go about this.
Yeah. I'm just going to do that bodyguard thing where you're like cutting through a crowd ahead and like batting aside people with crazy signs, trying to get on camera, clear a path for the rest of the group.
Okay, very good. What is everybody else doing as we go into this crowd?
Following.
That's right.
I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to add on to it or whatnot. I was looking to see.
They kind of remind me of ants, so maybe if I covered my body in soap, they wouldn't want to touch me.
I mean, you can just, assuming
That's
that
what Pons is thinking.
assuming that the ceiling is, a reasonable height, you could probably just float over them.
The ceiling
Lysol 50 feet.
It's up there, but yes, you could do that, I suppose.
I have soap. So I was just curious.
Listen, this is a tabletop adventure. You can always try.
Yeah. There are no wrong answers.
Are there?
No, there are no wrong answers, only bad ones.
Oh man, okay. I'll just I'll just kind of walk through the crowd with soap in hand and kind of point it at them.
That makes it even
touch me,
better
I'm
because
clean.
now you just look like you're
Soap!
you're just threatening them with soap, like they're threatening you with a good wash-in.
Just brandishing a hygiene product to keep back the goblins.
like they're your dog. No, I don't want to bath.
Oh goodness.
Not a BATH.
I'm not going to need intimidate from you anymore, Richard, because they're just all going to be like, yipe, yipe, away from this soap. Clearly.
Okay. Good. I'm glad that worked.
Everyone knows that the goblin's natural enemy is soap.
All right, Richard, give me an
Common
intimidate,
knowledge.
please.
Give you a what now?
Intimidate as you start moving through the crowd.
Okay. That is a natural 20 for a 28.
Nice.
Oh, baby. So as you start walking into this sea of goblins, some of them start to take notice, but you have the frowny eyes on your robotic face, and you are at least twice, if not 3 times as big as some of these dudes.
Wow.
Switch my LEDs over to red for this one.
So you haven't run into anyone who's carrying a weapon or anything. So most of the time, unless they don't notice you, they're just kind of backing away. They see a goblin in there, and doesn't look like it's tied up or anything, so they're not immediately like, we gotta save it, you know. And Oozy's doing like his strut. So you guys just moving people out of the way, 5e just clearing a path. And
Nice.
it's very obvious that you're beelining straight for the Mega Chief's vicinity.
Yes.
I like the idea of Oozy strutting, just like a G.
Yeah,
For Goblin.
he's moving. He's moving with one cane, but he's like got the other one kind of slung over his shoulder. So
He's doing the pimp
Full
walk.
gangster walk.
yeah, kind of.
Mhm.
We
There
should
we
have gotten
go.
him an ostentatious outfit for this.
Well, he's got bones. All
Yeah.
over.
Actually, that's true. Yeah, we did festoon him in dead things, so
Yeah,
that
you
tends
guys-
to help as well.
You guys look like a badass crew
Yeah,
right
this
now with
isn't
all your
this
bones.
isn't subtle, but it doesn't matter at this point.
No. All right, so you guys move through this village and get to the point where there's this stone staircase that leads up into this bigger building. And you get to the top, and there's these two goblin guards standing in front of an open doorway to what looks like a tent, a large tent. They're holding these makeshift, nasty-looking spears. Oozy steps out in front and says, Oozy is here to speak with Mega Chief. Is of utmost importance. And I'm going to roll diplomacy, and you guys can assist just by being a posse with him.
Doesn't really matter which roll I roll, because they're all the same.
They're all that good, huh?
That good. I assist.
Yeah, I don't.
Nice.
Apparently, I can only roll well on skills that I don't have.
It was a 5.
Okay,
I can throw a 12 Diplo.
that'll do it.
That's enough.
So you all stroll up, and with a natural 20,
Oh, right.
that's a 27. These guards scan you up and down. You can tell that the gears are turning, weighing their options, whether or not they think it'd be worth it. They stand aside, gesture in with their spears, and as Oozy starts moving forward, they do follow along with you. They're not moving close enough that you might actually do anything to them. Entering the throne room, the layout and architecture scream army barracks. One long hall with thousands upon thousands of charms made of bones, trinkets, dead animal carcasses, plants, toys, any small thing you can imagine hang from the canvas roof. Fuzzy pelts form a line from the entrance to the throne. Vicious and savage-looking goblins stand on either side of the pathway. The throne itself sits before a wooden desk, likely removed from one of these old buildings. Behind it rests the largest goblin you have ever seen. A wart protrudes off one cheek. He was messing with a data pad when you were all allowed in. Kicking his feet off the table, he stands to his full height of 4 feet.
Oh my gosh!
I was waiting for it.
That is definitely an outlier in goblin physiology.
As he stands, his large gut boom rests on the table.
I wonder if he's part dwarf.
What this I see? This little Oozy Puswoon bringing new clan to take over? Side with Tollies because he cannot make way in own clan. Tell all-powerful Mega Chief, filth between toes, why he not have thousands of Goblin clan descend and rip you to shreds for morning snack. Do you guys say anything?
Yeah, let's
Oozy?
maybe think about this for a second. This is pretty key.
I thought this was Oozy taking the lead here.
Yeah.
Oozy's got to show some
He's-
gumption here.
Yeah, he's got to be the boss if he wants to be the boss.
So, Adam, monologue with yourself. Go.
Yeah, I
Isn't
was
that the
I was
favorite
giving
type
you
of
guys a
role-playing?
chance to make me not have to do that. But
Nope. Do it. We didn't even need to be here for this episode. We could just been all Oozy.
All the time.
This is Oozy's journey.
Volume 2Z, Chapter Oozy.
Oozy.
Wow.
I missed my chance.
We're the side characters in this
Let me get a sense motive from people as you guys roll
Okay.
up to this chief.
because we're all well known for sense motive.
At least
I
one of you
I actually
is.
haven't had to use it in a while.
I pulled a 17 on that.
26.
12.
Pretty good.
Okay, so while he's hiding at Pons, you can tell that Oozy, despite having you guys backing him, is still kind of like intimidated. You can see a bit of sweat like behind his ear.
Okay, again, in telepathy, then I'll be like, yeah, Oozy, you could totally take him. You fought guys way bigger than this guy, like in the last week at least.
Oozy, give it his best try.
Do you send that to all of us?
You know, I've been kind of thinking that how I've been communicating is to all of you guys. That was just directed at Oozy, but yes,
Okay.
I can send that to everyone.
So the way I understand it with telepathy is it's like talking. So like if you're trying to hold multiple conversations, it is very difficult. But
Yeah.
you can still send to multiple people if you want to.
I believe that's correct.
So Oozy tries not to let it show. He says, Oozy has returned triumphant, conquering all city of Io to take his place on throne that was stolen from father.
Ooh. At that point, I'm gonna blast my audio amplifier and go, "All hail Warlord Oozy!"
Yes,
Conqueror
I
of Io.
follow. All hail Warlord Oozy.
I will still pretend like I can't talk, but I will bow in reverence.
Yes. I'm gonna roll, I guess, a bluff check because of that one.
I'm gonna assist.
Yeah, for that awesomeness, you guys can all assist for sure.
Yeah, 14. Take your bonus.
18,
Yes.
I assist.
Yes.
Assist.
Yes. So as you guys all shout in unison, all hail Warlord Oozy, you can see Filth Between Toes' eyes get bigger, like, what is going on here? And then you can see him visibly control himself again and gets a more stern face and then puts on a, like, deprecating laugh. Little Oozy, too big for tiny britches. You think you can come back and take throne from me? If you wish to challenge me to throne, is fine. Filth will face you in one-on-one combat. Your tally friends are no goblins. They cannot compete in Blood Ring.
What's the matter? You afraid to face Tollies in combat?
Just like glares at you.
Is it because you know that you could not beat us?
Any one of us would be a match for you.
Pons just
Okay.
like shifty eyes.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is this what we're doing? I didn't think this is what we're doing.
Okay, go ahead, give me intimidate with that as well.
I
I-
got a 12.
I don't even assist.
how many goblin soldiers are there in here?
From the entrance, counting the ones that you guys went past, there's about 6 total.
Okay,
And they
so
all
not
look like
too
the
much.
tough,
The rest
bruisery
are-
looking dudes.
The rest are just
Yeah.
like civilian goblins, right?
Yeah, there's goblins nearby, but
Yeah.
goblins don't necessarily need guns and weapons to be a problem. Were you gonna roll on that one, Coop?
Oh, no, I wasn't going to help with that.
Okay.
I wasn't going to do that at all.
That was not my
thanks.
intention.
This is dumb. Why would I do that?
In fact, I'm just gonna leave. You guys are on your own.
Well, tallies have big mouths. But filth between toes is benevolent. So he will give tallies opportunity. You want to be considered goblin enough to challenge for throne with little Oozy. You prove yourself in Blood Ring. Then you can challenge Filth Between Toes.
Oh. I didn't expect that direction to happen.
I'm going to look down at Oozy and go, explain to me the concept of the blood ring.
2 groups go in, 1 group come out.
2 goblins enter, 1 goblin leaves.
Are the numbers always equal?
leans into you. With goblins, numbers never equal.
I suspected that might be the case.
Goblins too small to have equal numbers.
So the High Chieftain is going to pick a board of candidates to represent him in the blood ring against us, correct? He will not fight himself?
Right, he have beefy goblins come fight us, and then I guess if we win, you guys get to help me fight him. Because otherwise it might not go great.
As long as you do not go into the ring for the initial combat, I do not see that this could be insurmountable.
Oozy no think he not going to have to go in. Oozy no think Mega Chief going to be nice about this.
We can take it. We've been through worse. And so
I was not programmed to be nice to goblin chieftains.
You see, to Oozy, it is just goblins that we're facing, right? You guys don't have, I don't know, bigger pets or anything?
Oozy don't know what Blood Ring look like since he been gone. So, can't help you, Squishy Pons. Could
Oh,
be bad, don't know.
fantastic.
How long have you been gone?
That was a couple years, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's been gone for a while. He does not come back here much.
If we are all in agreement, then I suggest you convey to your chieftain that we accept his challenge.
Oozy kind of looks back at you, almost like in a group huddle. Oozy, appreciate this. If this all work out, then honor of Goblin family be redeemed. And he turns around, looks back at the chief. Pah! We take down any challengers that come to clan of Oozy.
All right, well, here we go.
We accept challenge of Blood Ring. The
It's gonna
chief
go great.
slams his hands down on the desk, reaches over and presses a button, and leans into what looks like a small intercom. It's time for Blood Ring! You can hear it announced out over speakers in the main hall.
I'm just imagining like legions of goblins throughout the city start chanting it
Yeah,
in ways.
it's just like jumping up and
Absolutely.
down, waving their arms.
They've got like TVs posted throughout this cavern. They're like, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Join us in the blood ring.
Like lights
Suddenly a
just
whole bunch
flashing.
of them have like foam hands on that just have like fake daggers in them. Stabby foam hands.
Yes. You guys are escorted by several of the guards in this room back through the caverns to this large gate that's made entirely of scrap metal and are greeted by this raucous noise. Looking through the openings, you can see goblins are piling into these enormous stands just on the other side of this ring of vicious wooden spikes. As the big gate opens, cheers and jeers are already being hurled at the outsiders, along with a goodly amount of garbage. It's just flying in and pelting you guys.
Is there anything valuable in the garbage?
Roll perception.
Oh, that was a chocolate bar.
Crystal Line Crunchies!
What?
Crunchies! I got a 19.
Snack that
19.
crunches back.
You find an empty wrapper of Crystalline Crunchies.
Ah, so close.
Still the dust at the bottom?
Lick out the dust.
Oh, yes.
It's a little extra energy before the fight.
In the center of the arena sits a large, stationary, round object with visible gears jutting out from its innards. 4 long rebar maces are crudely attached to it. A grinding sound, and then a pop, like a gunshot, starts the machine, which smoke begins to billow from its cap.
What?
And the
Oh.
spiked arms begin to swing whoosh, back and forth.
We gotta fight a goblin robot for the first fight.
A goblin juts out from behind it, clearly the
Whatever it
one
is.
who had started the machine. They run and dive for safety, but don't quite make it. One of the maces
What?
catches one of his legs and tears it clean off, flinging it into the stands.
Oh. Okay. One
As-
down.
We win.
As the injured goblin is dragged off, the crowd roars with excitement at the pre-show.
I don't think we're going to be able to buy UPBs here, guys.
Four scarred, mean-looking goblins walk out through gates on the opposite side. They start to fan out as a booming voice rains out over a crackling speaker. See them tallies! Them tallies want to challenge Wasties clan! There's this uproarious laughter throughout the crowd. They want to challenge Wasties? They have to fight like Wasties. All goblins here come to see a good show. If we no get blood, we take blood, yes? Again, the crowd goes wild. Prove selves, tallies, in blood ring. Everybody give me perception checks.
Oh my goodness.
Perception.
Perception.
I got a 10.
Okay.
21.
Woo!
17.
17. Pons, 5e. As the crowd is going wild, the garbage rain starts increasing, so there's just stuff falling all over the place.
Yeah, that's
Among
real
the
pleasant.
trash, there are 3 sudden explosions.
What?
There's no fire or shrapnel, but 5e and Pons, you notice that several small rocks that were hit in this small blast start to glide away slowly, and then after a few feet, they fall to the ground. With your
Okay.
perception rolls, you can gather that they were grenades of some kind, and now there's some sort of lingering effect. As
Okay.
I move you all over to the next map.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
snap! Here we go.
I'll make sure to point those out to everyone present.
Who threw
Well,
those?
Okay.
Of our allies.
They came out of the
Wow.
crowd. So, you know how better being a goblin would be, Tallies. Prove you want to challenge Wasted Clan. Fight to death!
Yes!
Roll for initiative!
So 5e pulls his skip shot and his microwave gun and just looks up massive volume amplification on his system and goes,
Murder mode engaged.
Nice.
he's really going to hand this up to
Yes.
look as intimidating as he
Oh
can.
my gosh!
All right, now do the shaded out 10-foot regions indicate where we saw those pieces go?
Exactly. Okay,
Okay.
if you are not watching the YouTube version of this and you can't see this map, what's going on is there is this, what looks almost like a fire pit, but it's the top of this machine pouring out flames and these spikes that are spinning around it. There is a 20-foot radius from the center of this thing where these things are swinging around, and then 3 small 10-foot squares on the map that you can see. Those are where those 3 explosions happened.
Yeah, so
Oh,
there's
really
also
now?
like a spike pit, it looks like,
Oh,
and
there's some
Spikes
spike
all
pits.
around.
some kind
Yeah.
of wooden, like very rickety looking bridge in the northwest corner or northeast corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see some pits. One look like it has a terrible bridge moving over it.
Don't even try that bridge. Like it's gonna collapse the second you step on it.
You're saying don't cross the Happy Bridge?
And then, yeah, in the middle of this map, there is just a 5, 10, 15, 20, 20-foot radius, like, just spinning ball of death.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go near that either.
Super.
I love it.
Wondered.
And as we begin the Blood Ring combat, 5e, you are first. Since you're going first, you and Scrif both notice that on the other side of the field, there's a few dead trees sticking out of the ground. Hiding within the branches of those trees are some sneaky little goblins. You can see their beady little eyes sticking out.
Tricky. They're tricky little goblins. Yeah. All right. My plan is to use my robotic speed to charge forth. And I think I'm going to move up to here.
You're dodging around one of the squares and moving like right up against another, it looks like.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a shot at the goblin here.
On the east side of the map, looks like.
Yes, the northeast or southeast goblin, I suppose I should say. There's a northeasterly one as well, to be specific. And let's just go skip shot with this guy.
Hit me. I mean, don't hit me, but like try to hit me.
But it's so much fun. All right, how's a 20? 20 to hit you for your goblin.
Say that'll do it.
I will hit the goblin by proxy.
Fair enough.
Are you doing a trick
goblin,
attack?
That's okay.
Oh, that's a good question. I suppose I probably should roll that.
Jeff, why did you have to say anything? I was gonna get away from this without getting trick attack.
No, none of that. You get tricked.
It doesn't
see that
matter. I
increased
didn't get a
damage?
20. So
Okay. All right.
But
Give
he
me
can
some
take
regular
he
damage.
can take 5 damage from my skip shot tactical pistol.
Yeah, he can. I don't know if he wants to, but okay.
Well, that's irrelevant. What he wants is irrelevant here, Adam.
So, Richard, that is considered a skill check, right? Your trick attack attempts?
It is, yes. Why?
Because I have a feature that allows me to help with those from a
Sweet.
distance.
You should do that next time.
Yeah, I should. All right. That'll be a fun
scary.
combo, actually. That'll be really cool.
You'd probably have to hold your action. I would
I
imagine
think
it's
you're
not a
right.
free action for you to assist.
But for now, Scrif Dovetail.
All right,
You're up.
Scrif. Can I take cover behind this tree over here?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna move.
It's not a huge tree, but it's enough to give you a little bit. A little
Okay.
something.
I'm small, so I'm gonna move up behind this tree and take a shot at the same goblin that 5e.
Alrighty. Give me some shots.
Here comes. That's an 18 against EAC.
That will also do it. Go ahead, give me
Okay.
damage for that shot.
You're gonna take 4 damage, acid damage.
Okay. No, this is fine. It's fine. Moving on. It's time for some space goblins. First goblin. It's gonna be the one up in one of the trees here, the furthest away tree. Let's see, it's the distance we're looking at here. Oof. Closest person quite a ways away. Still gonna try to take a shot from this tree over at 5e. It's like across the map. He's got massive negatives going on here, but he doesn't care. I don't know if you know that. He doesn't care.
I didn't think you would.
So I take it then that this thing in the middle is not very high up. It's low to the ground.
Yeah, it's probably about as tall as 5e, but it's also got lower areas and pointy stuff that's sticking out.
And the goblin has some height because it's up in the tree. Got it.
Exactly. How does a 16 versus EAC?
Yeah, 16's definitely gonna hit me.
Nice. Rolled pretty well on that despite the ridiculous amounts of negative.
Boo. Boo, I
Well,
say.
It's only fair. You guys are laying into my goblins already. I gotta return the favor.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, and that's gonna be a big bad 3 fire damage.
Oh, man.
Okay, that guy's done. Moving on. It's one of these goblins, mean-looking ones on the ground. And it's gonna start moving straight toward you guys. And as it does, it's gonna move into one of these squares here. And I'm gonna have him do an athletics check real quick. You see him running through, and as he moves into this area, it seems like he takes a little hop and he glides more than you would think he would from a hop like that. And then when he gets to the end of this square, he kind of drops down to the ground and continues moving.
Interesting.
And we're gonna do a double move because he wants to get as close to Pons as he possibly can.
No.
Pons.
Oh yeah.
Stay
No.
away.
Yes.
I'm too squishy for that.
Okay. Moving on once again. There's a lot of dudes on this map. I don't know if you guys know this.
You did this to
but
yourself.
I did. We're gonna get a double move again.
Oh my goodness.
Trying to
1,
get
2, 3.
over next to 5e, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
we've
stop
got-
just short of that.
We've got 6 enemies on this map. Holy cow.
Goodness.
It's Oozy time. Okay, Oozy. He's got his dog slicer in one hand. He's got an unstable junk laser in the other.
Yeah.
He's gonna take a little 5-foot step so he's not right behind Pons, and he's gonna take a shot at the goblin pit fighter who's running straight towards them.
Nice.
Excellent.
And that is not gonna hit. So he
womp.
shoots this pit fighter, just dodges out of the way, tuck and roll style. My goodness, so many goblins are going right now. Like the way the rolls happened,
This one.
it's basically 5e, Scrif, goblin, 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 Oozy, goblin,
Yeah.
goblin, goblin, Pons.
Another goblin in the it's easy. Yep.
This one up in the north is going to move just between the swinging blades and what looks like this pit with a bridge over it, and is gonna take a shot at 5e because 5e is the one out in front. Why not? I'm pretty sure a 19 is gonna do it, so let me get you
yeah.
some damage here, and that is a 4 fire damage from that one.
Ooh.
Okay, moving on. I'm just gonna try to gun through these things. Goblin up in a tree, gonna take a shot, facing some big negatives here. I don't think a 5 is gonna hit.
You.
And then moving on once again, the guy that was being attacked, I think he's gonna run over and he's gonna go right next to Scrif because
He's in some spikes. He can't do that.
that's not spikes, that's a tree, baby.
No, he's standing
on
on
the
a,
edge.
on
That's
a
fine.
tile
I
that has
apologize.
spikes.
You're right. You know what? You are
I
absolutely
imagine
right.
those like
So
up in the air, but
now they're kind of like all over the area near
Yeah.
you. So you know what, Jeff? You're right. And I'm going to make him roll acrobatics. If he fails, he's going to accidentally step into these things.
Aha. That's why I avoided them and stood where I did.
You can tell just by the way he moves, this guy has been near these spikes plenty of times. He just kind of ducks and weaves through, and then he's going to take a slash at you with a wicked looking dog slicer. Okay, tell me, does a 10 KAC hit you?
No.
You fool! Pons! You're
All right.
up.
so I have a question then, Adam.
Please tell me.
Yeah. Well, first, which direction is this thing spinning in here in the center? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
They're doing both. All the arms are
Both.
acting independently. They're just going back and forth, like whoosh.
Oh, like swinging, like a scythe? Like
Yeah, they're
swiping?
they're pendulating them back and forth, except in
Okay.
a horizontal, non-vertical manner.
Okay, then my other question is how sturdy is the attachment point of those like weird spikes to the actual arms?
Oh, at the very end or at the
Yeah.
very beginning? Very end. Okay.
Whichever one looks weaker, I guess.
Sure. The part closer to the inside is probably stronger. It's pretty slapdash at the end, so all those spikes are just
Yeah.
kind of jammed in there. And
All right.
if they come out in someone, I don't think anyone cares.
Okay, so that goblin kind of directly north of me is 30, 40 feet. I think I can reach him with a laser. Can I shoot the spikes as they swing towards him?
Ooh. You can certainly give it a try. That would be a
Yeah.
very difficult shot.
I know, but it'd be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Have to try.
You know what? Give it a go. Give
All
it a
right.
go. Let's see what happens.
All right, come on. Good roll here.
Because that's awesome.
So you're gonna like try and break the spikes off of this whirling dervish of death and have it fly into the goblin
Yes.
to the north.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
awesome
That's
to
the
the
plan.
max.
24. That's pretty good.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Roll some damage for
All
me.
right. I don't think it's that much damage, but
Good
we'll see.
stuff, man.
It's 4. It's not that bad, actually.
So you take aim at one of these whirling mace-looking things. Wait until it's just starting to move forward and unleash a shot, hitting dead center on this thing.
Yes.
Instead of having the whole head of it fly off, you nail one of the spikes and it poof, cascades as if you just doubled the size of your bullet.
Cool.
So why don't you go ahead and why don't you roll me for funsies a 2d4.
All right. Let's see here.
Because that's super cool.
That's gonna be 5. I think. Wait, do I add my bonuses to that? I don't know what that's gonna be. Do I have a bonus?
I don't think you have weapon specialization in Whirling Goblin and Death Trap.
Okay.
That was awesome. I appreciate you thinking outside the box, Cooper. Very good.
It's net gain of 1 damage, so.
Woo! And then I'm gonna run away. East.
Yes, run towards the spikes. Good.
Yeah, go up.
Oh,
Go
I
up.
want to go up. There's like 3 of them up there.
No,
You mean up into the air?
No, up in the air. You can fly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hover 10 feet off the ground here.
All right, moving back around. It's round 2.
Fight.
And it's 5E.
Excellent.
What you got?
Well, let's see. There's a close by guy. And he's
they
moving
wanna
toward
be
me,
close
but
by.
there's another guy that's decided to close in Scrif there as well.
Yeah, we could get flanking bonus on him if you close in behind him.
Can I move through the tree freely, or is that considered rough terrain?
No, it's a pretty thin tree. You can move around it, no problem.
All right. Yeah, I'll pop in there. He'll get a swing at me.
Okay, definitely
flanking?
gonna try to do that.
Oh, I appreciate you using up his AOO, because that means I don't have to take a guarded step back.
That's a natty 4. I don't think is gonna do it.
No,
Right.
not at all. Not even. Yay, mobility and Adam rolling low. Cool. So then I'll take a swing with my baton as I pop in there. Let's see if we can take him out of the action.
Tricky?
Tricky.
It's tricky.
It's a tricky shot with my baton. That's pretty tricky with a 29.
That's very tricky. Okay, give me some attack roll, please.
Oh yes, and that's
Hit
1d8
it. You got
now.
+2 from flanking.
Yeah.
All right, attack roll is a 22.
Yeah.
And that will be 8 damage from my tactical baton.
Oh, does
Bonk.
it have to be? Because that's wow.
Just one
Go
shot
to
him?
Goblin Jail. Bonk, bonk.
Directly Goblin Jail. Okay, Scrif.
Well, since he's already taken his reaction, I'm gonna do a full attack with my
Oh no.
Cost Eject
Oh,
Liquidator.
So
So
he was a
aggressive.
Point
fool.
blank.
here we go. I don't get flanking bonus, unfortunately, because I'm doing range, but because of my dex versus my strength, it's still the better option.
Sure.
Jack pudding pop.
First roll is a 20 against EAC.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna give you the second one.
Yeah, give me a second.
Second one's a 7, so just one hit.
Okay. All right, give me that damage.
That's gonna be 3 acid damage on him.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, you don't need to see much to know that he ain't looking good. Goblin all the way across the map in the tree. You guys are just way too far. So he's gonna drop down from the tree. I'm gonna roll acrobatics to see how well that goes. Pretty well. That was a natural 18.
Wow.
Drops
That's a
down.
Nimble goblin.
Yeah, and he's gonna move over. He's gonna try to get closer on you guys. It's still not a great shot. In fact, where he's at, there's 2 other goblins in his way. So he's gonna move again and get over by his boy up in the other tree. Moving on.
How nice of him.
Oh,
I was expecting him just
So-
to go for it.
down south, there is a pit fighter who sees a goblin on the ground with crutches and then a brain who's flown up into the air. I think he's got to go for the easy target here. He's going to move
Oozy's
right
not
in
an
on
easy
Oozy.
target. This is just part of our ploy.
It's part of his clever ruse.
Indeed. Okay, going in dog slicer style. That's a nat 19. That's going to hit.
Oh no.
Oh. Cuts Oozy with this dog slicer across the chest.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oozy, we knew you a little too well, buddy.
That's going to be his turn, moving on again. So in order to make this more fun, we have, at the bottom, we have Scrif then a goblin, then 5e, and now we're gonna have another goblin. So everybody's flanking everybody, more or less.
Oh, wow.
Like
We
checkers.
just have a tower.
So do these goblin pit fighters have a melee and a ranged weapon?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they're fighting very similar to how Oozy is. Coming in, gonna get a bonus for flanking on 5e. Does a 15 KAC do it?
I regret to say that yes, it does.
Okay, and that's gonna be 3 damage. Just comes up behind and starts stabbing.
Right.
Moving on to Oozy. Oozy is not enjoying the fact that this dude is right up on him, and he's gonna do what all good goblins do, and he's gonna full attack against this thing.
Yo.
Because that's how he do. So Oozy's crutch is getting in the way. He's trying to swing and he's having trouble. He doesn't manage to land a single hit on this guy.
Uzis are ace in the hole.
I know. He's going to have to do something next round. That dog slicer's not working for me. I have to mix it up. Goblin Pit Fighter really does not want to have to be all by himself over here. So he's going to move through that square. I'm going to have him do acrobatics. This guy's pretty good. That's going to do it.
Is it like
Same as earlier.
fog in those squares, or is it something on the ground?
There's no fog or anything visual of that nature. If anything, you see like a little bit of wibbly wobbly as you're looking in there, but
Like a space
nothing
distortion.
obvious. Gonna move in close, and just for fun, I'm gonna roll a 1d2 because he's having trouble to decide if he wants to go after the goblin or if he wants to go after the squishy little rat over there. And he's gonna go with the rat.
Oh.
He's gonna take a shot, unstable junk style. Does a 10 EAC hit you?
No.
Pathetic. Moving on, Space Goblin in the tree. Ooh, that's a terrible shot. He's still gonna take it. It's gonna be like a negative 1,000,000 here, but it does not matter because his job is to sit in a tree and shoot at you guys.
Who's that one shooting at?
Shooting at you, 5e, but he's gonna have to try to shoot through his boy and with some distance problems going on here.
So you got a
That's
plus 40 your
unfortunate for
AC
him.
from the soft cover.
It makes literally no difference. That's not gonna come anywhere close.
Yay.
Okay. Last pit fighter, the one in between the two of you. I think he's gonna have to go for the one he has flanking with. So gonna go after 5e. So +2. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, why are you so terrible?
Oh, yeah.
That's not gonna come close. Pons, you're up.
Yes. All right. I'm going
Goblins
to.
gonna go.
Let's see. I can fly 15 feet now, so I'm gonna go. Still in the air. Oh no! I guess I can fly full motion. Can I
Yeah,
go
you
above
have-
this guy?
Yeah, yes.
Next to Oozy.
You could go right above that guy if you wanted
Yes. All right. I'm gonna send a dog slicer down using telekinetic projectile. I'll try to shoot this guy.
to. Wonderful.
Yes.
Just hold it out in front of you and shoot.
Just
Drop. Give it a little
this
extra
goes.
some.
Ooh, 20 total.
Nice.
Yes.
Ooh, all right. Give me some
All right, come on.
damage.
Good
Awesome.
damage, please.
Spicy.
That's 2. It's not that bad.
Well, telekinetic projectile, it's
It's a
what,
D6.
like a 1d3.
Nah, it's yeah.
It's starting to lose its damage edge
Just a
now that we're
touch. As we get around to round 3, the grenades dissipate. But just for fun, a new round come in from the crowd. They don't want to just
Oh.
let this go.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a little more targeted. So just for fun, it's gonna be like there.
That's
gonna
on
throw
the other
ones.
goblin.
Yeah, we're gonna throw one over here on top
good.
of Goblin.
Ooh, that's
and
over
5e.
5e.
You know, I was really hoping Adam's Foundry has that on the screen dice roll that you just throw like a bunch of d20s out and see where they land. That would have been really cool.
Okay, so these things go off near you guys. You see them again at much closer, and yeah, there's just some weird distortion. Little rocks and pieces of trash start floating from the teeny explosion. 5e, so you're now in the middle of this thing. It feels weird, man, and I'm gonna need an acrobatics check.
It was weird.
Acrobatics or
Feels
reflex?
weird. No, this is acrobatics.
Initiating gravity compensation scheme. 20.
20. Okay. You feel your footing start to get wobbly, like you're almost being lifted off the ground, but you manage to retain your grounding. So yes, there's something weird about these things.
It's like
I'm also-
0G in those spaces.
Yeah, there's something weird like that happening.
Oh.
I need to make an acrobatics for this boy too. Okay, looking good. This other goblin down near Oozy and Pons, you see that they weren't expecting this thing to land under their feet, and they trip and they seem to float. They are now off kilter until they correct themselves.
Nice.
So they're going to have a heck of a time trying to hit and maneuver until they do something about it. 5e, you're up.
Well, in the interim, I'm going to trick attack the one that Scrif and I are flanking, because we need to get some of these guys off the board.
Okay.
Trick attack is probably not going to work since that was a 20 on the dot. That's okay. We're going to hit him with baton again.
Are they CR0?
I like the way you think.
It's a good effort. It's good effort.
Oh, sad face. I only got an 8 on that baton roll, so that's a big old whiff as that goblin
That's a big
jumps
ol'
out of
whiff.
the way.
Ugh.
Just
I
kind
don't
of
like
floats
that.
a little bit out of the range of my strike. That sucks.
Okay. Scrif, your turn.
Which goblin is off kilter and floating around
The
in
one
the
to
stuff?
your left, to the west of you.
Okay, I really want to shoot him, but I want to help 5e not be flanked anymore first. So I'm going to guarded step to the south so that I can shoot the one directly north of me. It's a 10 against EAC, so I don't think that's going to do it.
10 against EAC is not going to do it. I'm sorry. This guy's hanging on by his little teeth. So one of the goblins, the one who had run from the other tree, is going to try to move in because he's still having trouble shooting at you guys. And he's going to cross this bridge, and I'm going to have him make a roll as he crosses this bridge.
Not a very structurally sound bridge.
No.
The Goblin Corps of Engineers surely has performed structural analyses on all of these devices.
Just as much as they do for their hang gliders.
Uh-huh.
So this goblin dashes across the bridge. You can see it creaking every step he takes, even with as little as he weighs. Gets to the middle, and you hear this loud crack as the bridge drops out from under this poor goblin.
Oh no.
The crowd erupts into cheers as one of these goblins falls into the pit and just blood very anime style flies out, and you don't hear anything but a scream and a sudden stop.
Oh.
Okay, I was just making sure we don't hear like a burp at the end of that. Like some giant sarlacc is at the bottom of this pit.
Oh. Man.
Okay.
I love it when people fall in pits in games. So much.
Right, moving on. Pit fighter that is next to Oozy, underneath Pons. Full attack, one against Oozy, and then a gunshot against Pons in the air. So he's swinging and firing. Oozy's gonna get a attack of opportunity while this happens. Dun, 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 dun. Oozy, come on, man. You gotta pull through once in a while. This is broken limbs, man. All right, so dog slicer against Oozy, full attack. And then one against, nope, other way around. One's that missed horribly is what I'm saying. And one against Pons. Does a 16 EAC
Yes.
hit you, Pons?
Of course.
Okay. And that is a big bad 5 fire
Ow.
damage for you.
Oh, okay, that actually hurts.
Other pit fighter right next to 5e. Okay, 18 KAC. And then 4 damage to your back. You're getting sliced up a good.
Boo.
Oh, man. Oozy, revenge time.
On Oozy.
He's going to drop Dog Slicer and pull out his junk sensor because it's cooler.
Junk sensor?
It senses the junk.
That's a
It
weapon?
senses that this dude is junk. He pulled it out last time he was in a combat with you guys against the Gurgatal. It had like the little hanging bowl that had like fiery bits in it of garbage,
Vaguely
and he
remember
swings that around on a chain.
Ah.
Yeah, it's rad as hell. Nat 18 is gonna hit though. Whew, baby. 8 damage.
Okay.
Hit like a truck on this pit fighter. Finally bringing the noise, Oozy. Okay, speaking of pit fighters, we have one in this weird anti-gravity field who's going to have to make a roll. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. He attempts to right himself and instead starts pushing himself in the wrong direction, and he's accidentally gonna move himself 5 feet closer to those whirling blades of horrible doom.
Oh! Coop, when it comes to your turn, Pons needs to... He's weightless right now. You can just push him into the spinning spikes.
I didn't know if that's how that worked or not. But
He's weightless. He's in 0G.
Okay, Space Goblin in the tree. Gonna drop down because he just can't shoot anything from here. Acrobatics, drops down, and my rolls are just amazing right now. Drops down and is gonna fall flat on his back.
Haha!
From the tree.
This is how we win. A comedy of errors.
Basically.
Just wait for them to
and
heal
he's
themselves.
He's gonna spend the rest of his turn standing up. Okay, going after 5e, who's now flanked, the only one flanked because Scrif moved away. Gotta do it. This guy's looking horrible, and he just... Nope. He's swinging at you. The blood is getting in his eyes. He's swinging wide. Can't hit you. Pons, you're up.
Oh, okay, so he's weightless. Can I use Psychokinetic Hand to move him then?
Yes.
Psychokinetic hand that probably has a... Oh, right.
And
But
bounce?
he's weightless.
There's
He's
no
in
weight limit.
0G.
He is currently
I can move
weightless.
him up to 15 feet.
No, I'm here with you. I got what
Oh
you do.
my goodness. You know what? Just because you guys are coming up with clever ideas, I will allow it.
Sick.
That's so cool.
Push him
All
into
right.
the spinning balls of doom.
All right. How do you want me to roll that? Do you want me to just...
Is it a roll? I think
it's
you
not
just
a
do
roll.
it.
I don't think it's a roll, generally
All right.
speaking, with that.
Give me some damage then. I want to roll something.
Yeah, okay. So you push this dude. He gets to the point where weight comes in again, but it's already too late. He's been pushed into the area. So he's just like as if someone dropped a target waiting for someone else to attack
I'm
it.
just imagining the double take this guy must be doing. It's like he gets in and like he like falls to the ground and goes, "Ah."
Okay, Cooper, I'm gonna need you to roll me 2d6, please.
Sweet.
Oh.
Where's D6? There we go. All right, that is 5 damage.
5
bad.
damage.
That's
Ouch.
respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lower than average, but better than your gun. So
Yeah, basically. Be almost max damage for my gun.
Yeah, Cooper is finding other ways to use the surrounding instead of having to shoot his gun, which doesn't really do that much. And I am here for it.
Gotta fight like a goblin. That's what the Oozy... No. What's
Filth
his name?
between toes.
Yes. Told
The
us to
mega
do.
chief of the Wasties clan.
I have to see if I
Okay.
can pick up a rock.
So you push this goblin into the spikes as he falls through the air, just coming out of slow motion. One of these spikes flies in, smashes into their side, and they just go flying across the arena. It's gonna go all the way woof, over here.
went flying like 20 feet.
Yeah, and he's gonna take damage from the distance as well, by the way.
Nice. Woo. Those are flames in the center, right?
Yes, that's mainly from the machine's operation, but there are flames in the middle. My goodness. There was more damage from being thrown than there was from the spikes.
Oh my
That's how they
god.
get you, man.
Oh,
The old
okay.
Gwen Stacy.
So this goblin is flung across the arena, just smashes into the gate that you guys like came in from, and hangs there limply. As this goblin hits the gate, there's a huge cheer from the crowd again. And then a crackling microphone comes into life. If Tullies think they are worthy, I will allow them to help pathetic Oozy Wound, who daddy am so pathetic that I take Mega Chieftain from him.
Oh man, this
Wow.
guy, he's gonna get beat up.
What a jerk.
Oozy, Widow Biddy Oozy think he can take Mega Chieftain from filth? No, little Oozy. You get stomped. Stomped underfoot. As he speaks, the gate on the opposite side
Oh no.
that the goblins came through, you see it start to lift slowly, and then it gets hung up, and then two gnarled hands wrap under the gate and violently rip it off the hinges.
What?
Filth between toes sits mounted on the back of a large creature
I asked
with
about this.
vicious teeth,
Wait a
lanky
second.
arms, and a
They have
lumbering
pets.
body.
I
Its
thought that
hair
was gonna be round 2.
intermingled over massive scabs is matted with all manner of filth. You get stomped by Mega Chief's very own captured troll!
Oh, no.
And we'll see you in the next chapter!
Oh,
What?
I'm here for it.
jeez.
What?
When life drains you down, charge up on the Emergency Power Network. Theme song Triangles by Diamond Ace. Find them at bandcamp.com. Music provided by Nicholas Judy of Dark Fantasy Studio at darkfantasystudio.com and Tabletop Audio. Find them at tabletopaudio.com. Font Azonix by Mixo. Find them on Twitter at MixoFX. The Starfinder role-playing game, including its official lore and images, are the intellectual property of Paizo Incorporated. All rights reserved. Narrated by Danny Lee Collins.